Hello, it's the Natural here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in this one, we've got the El Clasico, the Merseyside derby, the North London derby, the top two in Serie going toe to toe. So let's begin the El Clasico between Real Madrid and Barcelona for the second time this week. Yes, these two teams played a couple of days ago. Barcelona won 3-0. Luis Suarez scores an absolute beautiful Panenka penalty, which he was absolutely outstanding in. He obviously scored an goal, which they won 3-0, won 4-1 aggregate, and they are now through to the 6th. That's right, they're 6th straight Copa del Rey. And I don't know who they're playing the final because I forget the damn team they're playing. As for Real Madrid, they have really been poor all season, but there's a but coming. But they can, Real Madrid, get their revenge on Barcelona, get some vengeance on them, you could say.
The end is near.
Whee! That's their problem, Real Madrid, because they have had a poor season all season, to be honest, because obviously at the start of the season, Zidane left, Cristiano Ronaldo left, they brought a new manager in who decided to stab the Spanish Federation in the bloody back by taking the Real Madrid job while you're actually being the manager of the Spanish national team, and you could win the World Cup. Crazy, right? But now he's sacked. They bring in a manager. Then Real Madrid obviously sacked him because he thought he wasn't good enough because they got thrashed 5-1 by Barcelona in the first El Clasico at the start of the season. Then they thought, you know what? What success did we have? A Real Madrid B manager in Zidane. Why don't we do the same thing with Solari? It turned out it hasn't really worked for them so far, Real Madrid, because they're inconsistent. They've obviously lost to Real Sociedad this season at home. They lost to Granola this season at home. And they got absolutely humiliated by CSKA Moscow in the Champions League 3-0 in the group stages at home. Their home form this season, Real Madrid, has been absolutely awful. They actually have a better away form than home form this season. But do I believe Real Madrid have the impetus and the mentality to beat Barcelona and get their vengeance on them? That's why I believe Barcelona will win this game, but it won't be a 3-0 margin. It will be a 2-1 and make Real Madrid's season worse than it already is. Now we're heading to England, in Merseyside, and it's Everton v Liverpool. And this is a game Everton fans have been looking forward to since, well, they last played in the Merseyside derby, because Everton could do something this season which would pretty much be the best thing they've done all season, which will be hurting Liverpool's chances of winning the Premier League title. That's all Everton fans care about, is literally ruining their neighbours' chances of winning the title. That's really weird, isn't it? Because you think you have a new manager, you have a new impetus, you got new players, like you spend a ton of money on Richarlison and Bernard and many other players you bring in. No.
They're still jealous of what their neighbours are doing in Liverpool.
It's crazy to think, really. But it sums up Everton's season, to be honest, because Everton have been, well, I don't really know what to make of Everton anymore. Because you look at Everton's team and think, yeah, they've got a really good squad of players. But Everton's problem all season has been they do not have a striker, a number 9, that can literally put the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis. As for Liverpool, they are now starting to get back to their fluent best again after beating Watford 5-0 in the midweek. Van Dijk scored 2 goals and showed why I think he's been the player of the season in the Premier League. Also, I believe legs of Sadio Mane, who scored 2 very good goals. The second goal, I'm not gonna lie, that's an outrageous finish. As for Alexander-Arnold, who is now back into the Liverpool team after his injuries, he was excellent in this game. He whipped some unbelievable crosses and also becomes the first ever player as a teenager to have three assists in one game. This kid is, I believe Alexander-Arnold could go down as one of the best fullbacks England have ever produced for a long time. He may be even better than Gary Neville.
Fuck you!
Do I think Everton will beat Liverpool at Goodison Park? Obviously the fans will want to believe it. Do I believe it? No. And that's why I believe Liverpool will beat Everton at Goodison Park 3-1. And now it's Italy, Serie A, top 2 in action. In Napoli, who are second, play probably the champions again in Juventus. And we're going to start out with Napoli because Napoli, I believe, have actually done pretty good this season. With the likes of the players that they've sold in the summer, the likes of Jorginho, and obviously now Hamsik, who's now gone, he's now gone to the Chinese Super League, which surprised me, him leaving Napoli pretty much near the end of the season. They're the captain and the top goal scorer of all time. I'm surprised by that one. I've been really impressed with Carlo Ancelotti since he came into Napoli. He's got his ideas on the team. He's always had a big number 9 that puts the ball in the net. You think of Shevchenko at AC Milan, you think of Alex Benzema or even Higuain at Real Madrid, you think of Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. Milik has definitely been that for Napoli, and I believe this is a guy who literally was going to, if Sarri was still there this season at Napoli, he would have been sold in the summer for me. He would have been sold last summer for me, Milik, because there's no doubt about it, him and Sarri just never got on. So I believe he's been like a brand new signing for Napoli, and he's been a big player from the season, scored big goals at big moments, and for me, he's had a fantastic season, along with many other Napoli players who have stepped up. Play Juventus, who again are just steamrolling everybody in Italy right now, just showing their superiority yet again in Italy, that they're dominant, beyond dominant, and they're the juggernaut of the Italian football. They brought in Cristiano Ronaldo to win them the Champions League, something they have never done since 1996. Now they are 2-0 down against Atletico Madrid, and they haven't scored the away goal, which could be crucial in these knockout stages matches. Now obviously they still have a chance obviously in the second leg, but there's one team you don't want to face when you're 2-0 down, Atletico Madrid, who are the dogged, hard-working team. They will literally grind their butts off. There's like a bunch of lions just going for the kill every single time they're Madrid. They are the worst team you want to face when you're 2-0 down in a knockout stage match. So Juventus have all to do in the second leg, which should be interesting, but I believe it's not over. But if one player that can step up in big moments, and he's done it before, is Ronaldo. For this game, Napoli v Juve. Do I believe Napoli will beat Juventus at home? No, which is the reason why I think this game will be a 1-1 draw. And now it's the North London derby between Meme Spurs.
And you just got Kane!
Just got Kane!
You just got Kane!
Just got Kane!
You just got Kane!
And a red hot Arsenal. And we're going to start off with Spurs because it doesn't really surprise me that they've lost 2 games in a row and everybody's saying, oh, this is the reason why they're not in the title race. The people who keep saying that Tottenham are in the title race are the most delusional fucking football fans and the most delusional pundits and journalists I have ever seen. They don't have that sort of hunger and fight that they have to win a title. You saw that with Liverpool against Manchester United. Yes, they may have got a draw, but that draw could be the one that could have won them the title. That's not what Tottenham are all about. Tottenham are sort of win or bust, you could say, for them. I'm not really surprised Tottenham are not going to win the title because they were never in the title race from the start. As for Arsenal, they are in a really good run of form, and the Ozil debate continues. Even though I thought he had a man of the match display against Bournemouth, he scored a goal, set a goal up. Obviously Ozil's getting 350,000 a week. You can't just not play. The dude's very talented, he's a very quality player. The man's won a World Cup, and he's also won a Champions League, for goodness sake, in his career. He's a very quality player. Would I have Ozil on my team? Yes, but we all know Ozil he's not a workman-like player, Ozil, which could be the reason why I believe Nuno Emery hasn't really played him as much. If Arsenal beat Tottenham this weekend, they're only 1 point behind Tottenham, and Tottenham Hotspur now are looking behind them and not in front of them for the first time this season. I don't think Tottenham will lose this match. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring encounter, which will finish 2-2. Now head to Germany, and it's second v third, Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Bayern Munich. And Gladbach have now lost a couple of matches recently, and now the gap between the chasing pack in the Champions League places gets interesting for them, because you now got Leipzig, Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, Leverkusen and Wolfsburg are all chasing that Champions League those Champions League places, and Kloppback, just like Tottenham, are looking behind them and not in front of them. As for Bayern Munich, they are starting to find form just at the right time. I believe that performance in the Champions League against Liverpool has given them something to build on. They're unbeaten in the last 5 or 6 matches now. They haven't lost a game since getting beat by Leverkusen, which I believe was the sort of the light bulb moment for Bayern Munich this season. I believe Bayern Munich will have too much for Kloppback. Bayern Munich are pretty much starting to get their season back on track right now. Kloppback, their form isn't great. I believe Bayern Munich will win this game 2-0. And that just leaves the last match in Italy. It's the Rome derby, which is Lazio and Roma. Lazio, who by the way are still in the Coppa Italia. They played with AC Milan midweek, finished 0-0. You probably say Milan were the better team overall, but Lazio's form hasn't been great this season. Massive pressure is on Inzaghi, the manager of Lazio. Roma's manager, he's under massive pressure as well. Who, for me, I don't think he'll be there next season, because Roma's aspirations are to fight for the Scudetto, which are so far away from this season. Not even the Champions League places, many will fight for a damn title. But for this game, I don't really know where this game is going to go, because these both teams have really been poor. Lazio against the so-called elite clubs in Italy, against the likes of the top 6 teams in Italy this season, they've been atrocious against. As for Roma, they haven't really been great away from home. So, even though this game is at home because it's a new stadium, I'm just going Roma to win this, but this game could be a draw, but I'm just going Roma just to edge this 2-1. So that's the end of the prediction for this episode. Please like, subscribe, the natural is out.